Hello, welcome everyone. So we have an extra week before the top four. Luckily, there was a deadlock for third and fourth that only involved four people, not three, not five. So it's a pretty easy cut for it. And if something big happened after our last stream. Our good friend here, Lodestone Golem, took a bullet. I don't think he needed to without a couple people going down with him. So I'm paying my respects tonight. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah, no.
how you feel about it. Either for a lot of people were in the four or nothing camp. I am definitely in the four or nothing camp. Just Gosh is pretty good. Mentor's pretty good. Dark Petition's pretty good. All are punishing not just him. I don't know who knows, but that's not what it's about tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to lose to force. You're allowed to lose to force. You're still allowed to lose to Force of Will Tinker in turn one. So
You're allowed to lose to Mox Orchard Oath still.
yeah.
Uh,
Mox Orchard Oath is on. Oh yeah, which is completely unrestricted, I
you,
guess.
it,
Mox Orchard Oath, Force of Will is what I lost to the other day. All unrestricted cards. It's
One, two,
fair.
three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, that's seven cards. That's a pretty good hand. That's a
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
hand.
It's pretty much unbeatable. You can't beat. I don't think you can beat Force of Will, Mox Orchard Oath.
You can untap and disenchant the oath, and they have no cards in hand and two mana sources.
You abrupt decay. Your hand is landmarks abrupt decay. Yeah.
Yeah, because you just spent four, they spent four. That's all right. It is beatable, but
Except for if their pitch cards are like, really good cards and they didn't have to pitch, You're just abrupt decaying it and they're not gonna pitch their cards.
that's one way to put it. All right, so for pairings, they're going to be random. So the most random way we can think of, we're going to pick them out of this ridiculous hat I got from a previous job. I'm going to write down everyone's names really quick.
Wait, you worked to the Pirate Hound?
No, I worked at a Halloween store and I got it for really cheap.
Okay. That's less cool.
I know. You think I worked at like Disney or something? That'd
I
be...
was hoping they like forced you to wear a pirate hat. It was like the worst job ever or something.
Okay. Okay, so we have Sullivan. Let me make sure I read these right. And then we have Matt. And we have JP. And then we have Keith. So we're going to crumple these. I don't know who's who. Alright, so first person is going to be this person versus this person. So first round is going to be JP versus Keith. So it's going to be that. So what we're going to be doing is a double elimination. So first rounds will be see who's up on top. Then the winners will play, and then the losers will play. So basically, you have to hit two losses. So Keith. So between Keith versus JP, and then Matt versus Sullivan. Who wins between Keith and JP play. Whoever wins versus Matt versus Sullivan. Then the losers of both matches will play them. That person will see that person will get a second loss and will move up to whoever plays against the two winners. When those people play, whoever wins there faces the person who wins overall. So we could have possible up to 7 matches tonight, which I'm super excited for. I can see you're excited for too. I can see it in your face because we have seen the deck lists, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to give anything away. Okay.
Might be a long night. I'll add that.
So I think we have some reaction. That was Steve. Apparently, I was Steve the pirate. I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep this on all night, but it was raining off and on today, so I don't know if this jacket's gonna survive. I guess we got all our normal pregame stuff done. Probably could just cut it out
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
just to check everything. Unless you want to talk about Shahrazad a little more.
We can talk about Shahrazad. The greatness of starting a fresh game, dealing 10 damage.
Magic sub game. It's actually rounded up, by the way, not rounded down.
Yeah. So it makes you lose more life.
Right, it makes you lose more life.
Right. Yeah.
You can actually lose if you Shahrazad at 1 and lose.
Yeah. Deal half of your opponent's life and make them shuffle their deck. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is the opposite. You shuffle your deck and take 10. So I mean, is that good for white? I mean, like if it actually had that effect all the time, deal 10 damage to your opponent, they shuffle their deck for white. That's maybe a good card. But given that sometimes, theoretically 50% of the time it's dealing that to you, it's a pretty horrible card. But I guess you could win game if you won game 1, then it's almost definitely the good mode. Whereas if you lose game 1, then it's almost definitely
Well, it's time constrictions, right? Because it takes a while.
The bad mode, yeah. Yeah, for like actual Magic, not on Moto.
Yeah.
on Moto, you can just play 4 Shahrazards and just stall the game out, and your opponent times out.
Well, isn't that card doesn't even exist?
No, it doesn't exist. No.
Okay.
But
what else doesn't exist on Magic Online?
I mean, all the cards that are banned don't exist.
Well, yeah.
Every card on the vintage ban list does not exist on Moto.
So no Chaos Orb?
No. How would they even implement that? That's
okay. Here's what they do: is they make a coin, right, and you connect it to your USB cable, and you flip it, and then that's how you do it.
It's like a Wii.
Yeah, like a Wii controller.
You attach a Wii controller and you throw it in the air. And it still doesn't necessarily work correctly because your opponent can't spread their stuff out or anything anymore. So, yeah. So, and then even all those new cards they just printed that are on the ban list. Like when they were just like, oh, let's print this set to add a bunch of cards to the ban list. I don't know if you remember, like the Dak Vaden set.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
They should have just made all that stuff silver bordered.
I agree.
And not have the most cluttered, because I really hate that set.
It literally had one good card in it, right?
Dak Vaden. Well, it had some good reprints.
Was there a second good card?
Well, other than reprints? Yeah,
no.
it put more stifles and misdirections in circulation,
right.
which is decent.
So there's one real card in it, and then
there's one actual card, and then reprints like Fact or Fiction, Brainstorm, some pretty good staples, stuff like that.
Fact or Fiction's a terrible card, but we're not in 2000, Sam.
Listen, I will cast Fact or Fiction till I die. I don't care how inefficient it is. Compared to stuff like Dig Through Time and I don't know, I guess card drawing got a tiny bit better. That we don't need to rely on cards like Fact or Fiction, where you can sometimes draw one card if that's the card you need.
Well, I'm super quiet here and then loud on my own channel because Sam turns me down. Sam controls my volume here.
I could turn you up everywhere. Hold on. There, now you're super loud. You're super loud on everything.
Good.
If that's too loud, I don't know what to tell you guys.
I mean, I mumble all the time when I'm talking, so it's not. Even on my own channel, I don't really know why it's so loud. Honestly, the volume thing adjusts itself on OBS for me, so it takes it out of my control.
Direct mic. What I have versus your going through Skype, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, in our impending long night, we're actually going to start a little early, so we're going to have Matt and Sullivan play first. So we'll be back like 1 minute to get everything set up, and then we'll be good to go.